After a long drive from Edinburgh to Glasgow, we reached to Oban. Mary was doing his stretch because it was such a long drive, and now we were having some lunch because we were super hungry and we had already packed our lunch. This was our lunch view. So we have reached Oban and the first stop is Kerrera Island. It's a nearby island and it has a national heritage place that we can see and explore. So the ferries are quite frequent here. We have reached here around 4:30 p.m. So I'm just hoping that we get the ferry and go there. And it's quite a walk that we can do. There's a Kerrera tea garden. It's not a garden, it's a place where you can have some tea or coffee or breakfast. But I'm super excited because I had watched a vlog and this vlog was so beautiful that it made me do Kerrera Island when I'm in Oban. So that's where we are going. So that's the ferry leaving us, because basically that ferry guide told us that if you go right now, which is at 4:30, it's going to be super late because it takes around 4 hours to explore the island. So it's going to be super late, and the last ferry comes around 5 to 6, 6 to 5. So it won't be a good idea to go right now. So I think maybe next time I'm going to explore Kerrera Island, but right now, this time we're going to explore Oban city center. After this, our next stop was Oban's famous Mackig Tower. This is what Oban is known for. We could actually drive up to the hill, so we didn't have to walk a lot. The weather was nice, so it was really pleasant to walk up to the hill. I was really curious about it, so let's find out what is the history. So if you see this tower, you'll realize it may be a part of a history of Scotland and maybe a part of some kind of castle or something, but it's not like that. Basically, this structure, this tower was made by a banker called Stuart Mackig, and he basically made this tower because he wanted to make a monument for his family, so his family name could last long in the history. So basically he made this by spending £5,000 at that time, which provided also a job to the local people, stonesmans. And what happened is that after he died, this place at the time had generated, which was I think 1897, around £17 million. So this place has now become a very significant part of Oban's tourism. People from all around the world, when they visit Oban, they definitely visit this tower because this tower provides a view which you can never get anywhere else. Follow me, I'll show you. This place actually surprised me a lot. I didn't expect this view to be this beautiful. One can simply spend hours just sitting and admiring the view. Overall, Oban is such a beautiful and vibrant place that you can visit. It will never disappoint you. So definitely keep this in your bucket list whenever you are in Oban next. And after exploring this tower, I need to eat something or I need to explore the vibrant city because I still can hear a Scottish pipe playing somewhere and it's giving me all the vibes of Outlander. So I'm just gonna explore the city now. So let's go! After Mackig Folly, we are now in Ganavan Sands. It's a beach, it's covered with mountains and the water is so clear. Some people are daring enough to actually take a bath in here, but not us. It's super cold, so we are just wearing our jackets, enjoying the view, but actually can't enjoy the beach water because it's super cold. It's a pretty beach to just take a walk and soak in the beauty. I think water makes people happy. Mary finally decided to go inside the beach, no matter what, wearing his jacket and shoes in hand. After spending an hour, we headed back to Oban to see the beautiful sunset and explore more of the city. So the day is almost over, but the journey is not. So now I'm gonna explore the Oban city center. Definitely an amazing break from day-to-day life, 9-to-5 life. Right? So I'm just gonna walk near the shore and I'm gonna cover this everything by walk, and most probably end my day watching sunset, because it's a little bit sunny right now, sunny enough to give me a sunset. That's what matters. One thing that amazed me most about Oban, for some reason I did not expect that Oban is so beautiful, has such a big shore, and has so many tours from here. So definitely a worth visit. And to be honest, people here in Oban have decorated their houses with such lovely flowers, and the houses are so aesthetic. It's just amazing. Oban is called seafood capital of Scotland, so whoever is a seafood lover, it's heaven for them. We headed to this place called the Olive Garden, and we ended up having our dinner here. As soon as we were done with the dinner, this was our view. The sunset blew my mind. It was just unbelievable. I felt like I'm into another world, because the color the sky was giving is just gorgeous and unexplainable. Wow. So here it is, and sunset in Oban for you. This is a sunset that you cannot miss. So whenever you are here in Oban next, please make sure that you're out and about to see the sunset, because it's one of the most beautiful things that you can see here. Woke up early next morning to have some coffee, and here's a recap. So we ended up watching a sunset on Oban, and it was so pretty. After that, it took us around 1 hour to come to our Airbnb, because there's some festival going on and there are none houses or Airbnbs or hotels left for you to book. Because we booked like 3 days before, we could manage to find a house which is 1 hour further Oban. So we have to, it will take us around 1 hour to reach Oban, and after that we're gonna explore. So not so much driving today, but yeah, today is gonna be exciting, don't you think, Maddie?
Yeah, it will be.
So let's
I
go.
think this is the day I was waiting for.
He's still getting ready. Can you believe, like, I'm the person who gets ready first, and this is the diva. My diva takes time to get ready. So this Airbnb was in Kilmartin. This was also a very beautiful drive from here to Oban. We woke up to a very sunny day. It made us very excited because our boat trip was going to be 8 to 9 hours long, and if the weather is good, it's just cherry on the top. But half an hour before we could reach Oban, we got a news that this plan is cancelled.
Our ferry got cancelled. The Calmac ferry is broken down and we can't go to Mull anymore.
And there's no other thing that we can do in Oban, because they have suddenly cancelled all the trips, because there's one company operates all the ferries to all the islands, and they have just cancelled it 1 hour before we are supposed to board the ferry, and it's so disappointing. We tried a lot to see if there are any other ferries that going somewhere so we can make use of our day and the holiday, but unfortunately none of it seemed to be working. So we just headed to have some breakfast at this place called the Little Bay Cafe. So since our tour has been cancelled, we are here to chill and enjoy some coffee, because the weather is nice and it seems it's a good time to enjoy the vibe because it's sunny. So guys, so after exploring all the possibilities of us taking a ferry today to go to Mull, Isle of Arran, Isle of Staffa, nothing worked. I don't know how it's gonna work anyway, because we reached on time, our ferry got cancelled,
And when we asked if there are any other ferries, they said you are too late for it and you won't have enough time to explore the Mull Island or whatever. So basically, I don't know how it's gonna work. So anyone who have already taken the ferry, please comment below to let us know how to make a day better when there's nothing happening. So we are gonna pick up where we left. So we are gonna go to Kerera Island because that's the only option left here because we are in Oban and we don't want to waste our time. Isle of Kerera, here we come. Just one thing, parking is a bit tricky here because the ferry got cancelled, not just for us, for many people, and everyone is here. So it took us around half an hour to park. So if you are here, the ferries are quite frequent in here, so you'll get the ferry to go to Isle of Kerera, but make sure that you are reaching here on time to park, and you may not get a parking next to the ferry port. So you should have enough time to park. But I'm excited. Isle of Kerera, basically, the ferry guy told us that it takes around 3 to 4 hours to explore. It's gonna be a lot of walking, but I have grabbed my walking shoes and it should be good enough. So I'm excited, friends are excited, let's go.
So to book the tickets for Isle of Kerera, you have to just scan the QR code here and book the tickets online because there is no ticketing office. So Mary just scanned the QR code and we had to pay around £3.5 for up and down, and it cost us around £14 for 4 people. So we are all then set to go to Isle of Kerera. Here's the list of timings for this island just in case. A very interesting thing after getting down in Isle of Kerera. This was the telephone booth. You just open it and you can find that there is some postcard of this island. You just have to pay 1.5 for each postcard and there's no one to keep an eye on it. It is under your own will. Here are some beautiful pictures that I could see in there. It was really pretty and I was so surprised to see this. So this is where we have to go. But to reach here, we have to trek a lot. The walking trail to Glen Castle is super beautiful. It only made me super excited to see what's coming next. You just need good shoes, good friends, and you are all set.
How is the walk, sir?
It's very tiring.
It's just started. There are always some people who find these beautiful walk alongside the lake tiring, but I'm excited and I love it. They have extracted it from their bodies. Oh, cold. We all love a hike and we cannot deny the fact that it is tiring and breathless, but things like this, it says next stop is cake. So this is the only motivation for me to complete this trek. What motivates you to trek?
I just want to finish it. Nothing is motivating me.
I think all the treks are like that, but this is beautiful. This guy is also trekking with me, other than my guy.
That can be girl as well.
Let's not complicate it. Okay. Finally, we are about to make to the tea garden in Kerala Island. And this tea garden is so pretty, and obviously it feels like a smell of breath, because it's like you're walking for so long and you know that you're gonna grab some rest, some coffee and some cake, and also use the toilets, I guess. So yeah, it's just hopeful. So it's just there.
After walking for 2 hours, we reached to this place and finally could see the menu. It has some lunch menu, sweet menu and drinks menu. This tea garden is only open on certain timings when it's summer, so the tourists can come and enjoy a break here. The view was super pretty. It was definitely worth a trek, because firstly we used some toilets and then we ordered some cakes, some lunch items, and after resting a bit we were ready to visit the Glen Castle.
Now it's time for us to visit the castle, which is nearby, around 20 minutes from here. And it feels like we are rejuvenated after having all of that. This is the most beautiful color of sea I have ever seen. It's just gorgeous. To be honest, I was almost dropping the plan to come to this castle, because I was like, no, I can see the castle from far away and it looks beautiful. But Mary convinced me that we should visit the castle from inside. And you have to visit the castle. It's kind of ruined, but it has some vibe about it. And also, you have to come here to see this view. It's just unmissable. Let me show you more. What do you think? Why people should visit Glen Castle?
I think this is must visit, and if you see this castle, it looks like ruined castle. Looks gorgeous.
So this was a 2-day itinerary for Oban. We started our journey from Glasgow, covered Lass, and then explored Oban the whole day and the nearby places there, as you can see in the first vlog. And for the day 2, we explored the Isle of Kerala, because we had booked a whole day of exploring Isle of Staffa, Isle of Lona and Isle of Arran, but because the boat got cancelled, we thought why not explore Isle of Kerala, because I've heard about this, I have seen this and it was pretty, and we couldn't go it on the first day because it was too late. It took us around 4 hours to explore Isle of Kerala, and to be honest, you have to walk a lot, but this view is all worth it. So I'm gonna end my vlog here, and I hope you like this, and for more such updates keep watching only the Shreya. See you.